Welcome back. This is part 2 of Activity 5, using student responses to prompt teacher questioning. In other words, we call this scaffolding. When we scaffold questions, we stimulate student thinking and ensure learning. Scaffolding is the help given to a learner that is tailored to the learner's needs in achieving his or her goals of the moment. The best scaffolding provides this help in a way that contributes to learning. In order to know how to scaffold questioning appropriately, you need to have the learning goals and/or targets of the unit at hand, and you also need to know the student's current level of understanding as determined by questioning, and to not create learning gaps. It is also extremely important to question students in order to put the learning back in their hands. Telling them how to do something may help them accomplish an immediate goal, but you're not really helping the student. They're not actively participating in the construction of their own knowledge. And in contrast, when you do ask questions, effective scaffolding provides prompts and hints that help learners figure it out all on their own. And this is how we create ownership in our classrooms. Let's watch a teacher at work designing leveled questions for her classroom and demonstrating this for us. Again, we're going to go to the teaching channel and observe this teacher at work.
I design questions based on what I want them to learn. So I think about the end in mind. What do I want them to get from the questions that are being asked? What concepts, what ideas, what themes that were presented that I think are the most important messages that need to be conveyed to them? You were asked to think about the documentary, The Pact, about these 3 amazing doctors who overcame certain obstacles and certain things that were presented in front of them. The first step is a question that they're given that pretty much, any of them can answer. What truths are presented in the documentary?
One was self-reliance. One of the doctors went to juvenile, and he didn't have a support system in juvenile, so he had to self-rely on his own determination.
The second question builds upon the first question, and I want something a little bit more specific. How are these truths presented to the viewers? What information does it put forward? And what information is left out?
The information that was left out, we said Malik's future, because it didn't tell us what he did after the documentary.
And then the third question is always a question that has to do with society, something that's going on in the world around them, something that's going on with them personally, because I want them to make that personal connection. Can you relate to this viewpoint, or at least understand where it's coming from? And how does it relate to your collegiate experience? But you may not necessarily have gangs, but y'all have what? Clicks. There you go. Y'all have clicks.
That's a good part.
When a student makes a personal connection, it resonates with them, and they'll remember how it pertains to them, how it relates to them, and ultimately, that's where the learning starts.
This is not what collegiate is all about.
Yes, it is.
As a group, go ahead and pause the video here and discuss some of the things that you saw. How did this teacher use questioning to engage her students in various cognitive levels? Facilitator, please pause here. This is the end of Activity 5. Please return to the online learning resource to locate your final activity, Activity 6, for your last reflection. Thanks.